after I speak, but if you look around me, the team that I have, that I'm surrounded by, members of the board, my partner, Jim McDonald from the LAPD, Tony Maroney from LA County Fire, CHP. I could go on, and I'll talk about some of that as we go on. So it is somewhat of a beautiful day today weather-wise, but there's definitely a black cloud hanging over the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and our county family. This morning, shortly after 7:30 a.m., an explosion occurred at our Special Enforcement Bureau, arson explosives detail facility located in the 1000 block of Northeastern Avenue in East Los Angeles, which is right behind this hill. Tragically, there were 3 sworn members who were fatally killed that were assigned to our arson explosives detail. No other department members were injured or transported to any hospitals. This is, unfortunately, the largest loss of life for us as the LA County Sheriff's Department since 1857. Between all 3 sworn members, they had served our community proudly for 74 years, and that's amongst all 3 of them collectively. 19 years, 22 years, and 33 years. And at this point, we are not giving out their names. One of the reasons it took me a while to get out here, one of my priorities is the families of our deputies. And I've met with several of them this morning. There are still others who are on their way. There are others who have not been notified. The last thing I want to do is them to turn on the news and find out that way. So thank you for respecting that at this point. My second priority were our employees. Our employees are hurting right now. Members of our Special Enforcement Bureau, other members of our arson detail as well, arson explosives detail. In regards to the details of what happened, I'm going to give you what I have right now. There's a lot more that we don't know than what we do know. But our intent is to look at this from the very beginning and figure out what is it exactly that caused this tragic event. Currently, our homicide detectives are on scene, and they are investigating the deaths that are we are being assisted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, who are investigating the post-blast portion of this incident. You have seen other vehicles other than FBI. You've seen the ATF here. They will be assisting the FBI as well. I am very grateful to the bomb squad of the Los Angeles Police Department. And I mentioned Chief Jim McDonald standing behind me here. They immediately came out to assist after this explosion occurred to render the devices safe. And just so all of you know, they were just rendered safe within the last minutes, right before we walked out here. So it was still an active scene. It wasn't stable, and definitely a very active crime scene as we go forward. At this time, we do not know the cause of the explosion. However, the specific area has been closed off due to the ongoing investigation. We believe there is no threat to this community. Actually, I could tell you there is no threat to this community. This is an isolated incident. And again, no threats. We have road closures, Eastern Boulevard between Blatchard Street and Lotta Drive. And again, I do want to thank all of our local partners, our local elected officials that are here to help us get through this very difficult time. We have our Psychological Services Bureau personnel on scene that are assisting our employees at this moment, along with peer counseling and chaplain services. And as I said earlier, I have met with 2 of the 3 families thus far. And as you can imagine, those were extremely challenging conversations. So anyways, Ready for questions.
Sheriff, what was the material that they were actually dealing? What type of an item? Improvised explosive, military explosive? The second question, what were they attempting to do? Move it and transport it or render it safe here on the spot?
Those are all good questions that Pete just asked. Now that the investigation has started, now that the investigators can actually get in to the scene that it was just rendered safe, we will be able to answer all those questions. Too early right now to be able to answer that.
Were there other military style or military grade explosives nearby that were rendered safe by the LAPD monitors?
We will know that hopefully in the next couple of hours.
Sure, were they moving these explosives from one place to another? Were they investigating existing explosives already in the facility? Or what were they doing?
All these questions are really good questions, and they're the questions that we have as well. The investigation is just about to get started on all this, and these are all the questions that we're going to want answers to, and we'll get them. But simply, right now, I wanted to get out here. I know all of you had been waiting for a while. I'm giving you the information I have, and we're not there yet. Thank you.
Can you say something in Spanish for us, please?
Well, let's wait for the English, and then we'll do the Spanish afterward, if that's okay.
Sure, are you able to say this? We heard that someone was injured as well and taken to the hospital. Are you able to say the status of that person?
Earlier, we had 3 fatalities of our employees, which I call heroes. They're very heroic in the work that they do. We had no other injuries other than the 3 fatalities. And just so all of you know, the members of this team, I've heard over and over the word elite being used. I think sometimes that term gets overused. But if you're familiar with our Special Enforcement Bureau, they're the best of the best. And the individuals who work our arson explosives detail, they have years of training. And these members, usually the average calls that they go to in dealing with some very dangerous situations or items average about 1,100 per year. So these aren't people who don't do this very often. They are fantastic experts. And unfortunately, I lost 3 of them today.
Sheriff, regarding what happened here, why were the materials brought back to this scene? There was a possibility that they were safe. Normal protocol would be to take them to one side, the highway, why was it not done out there? Why was the process of trying to do this to transport them to one side to handle it?
Those are all questions, Pete, that we're going to get to. We need to go from A to Z to know exactly what happened. That's why we have our partners here from the Federal Bureau of Investigation that will be conducting the post-blast. There'll be a lot of details coming out there eventually. ATF is here to assist them, the National Response Team. These are individuals that have a lot of expertise in what they do. And again, all the questions being asked, very good questions. But if I waited to get the answers to those, I'd be here probably in 2 days. And I'm just trying to get out here in front of all of you. The question is, are we anticipating a procession for our 3 heroic deputies who passed away? And the answer to that is yes. There will be a procession. I don't have any specific information on that, but it'll happen the next several hours.
Sheriff, we understand that you're still gathering information, but perhaps because of the nature of what we're dealing with, usually mobs or attempts, whatever, can you tell us a little bit about the vehicle they were driving, or anything at all that you did, any kind of preliminary indication? Because, as you have said, these guys know what they're doing, and they're incredibly careful. So this seems to be something completely out of order. Is there anything that you do?
I don't have the answers to those questions yet. And again, getting out here, trying to be out here at this time to inform all of you, our community, to know what we know at this time was very important. Again, all of you are amazing. You're asking very important questions, and we're going to get the answers, I think, to, if not everything, to most of them, but we just simply don't have that information at this time.
not excused on this?
There is currently an investigation going on to determine what happened from the very beginning to the end. I know everybody wants answers. Please understand, we just rendered the scene safe. Within the last 30 minutes, the LAPD bomb squad rendered the scene safe. We have to go back, investigate what happened from the very beginning, and we'll get there. Just not going to happen. I would be very irresponsible to answer a lot of these questions without the information that I need to positively give you facts, and I don't have the facts at this point.
Sheriff, we understand that you're telling us everything you can tell us. We understand we gotta wait. By when, roughly, you think you can have another press conference to tell us more information?
We'll, through our Sheriff's Information Bureau, we'll put something out in the next couple of hours of when we would have more information. But I'm going to tell you right now, based on my experience, when we're conducting these type of investigations, it doesn't take hours to get some of this information. It takes days and weeks. We do not rush this investigation. We want to make sure that we're extremely thorough. Ladies and gentlemen, we lost 3 lives, and we want to make sure we know what happened. We don't want to repeat for this. And again, all the questions that are being asked are very legitimate. There are other law enforcement agencies who have bomb techs, not only around the country, around the world, that want to know what happened here. So we want to make sure that no one else, we don't repeat this, right? So thorough investigation will be done by multiple agencies, and we'll get back to you about it. It sounds like everything is repeat questions about the incident. I can't answer any of those right now because we don't have those facts yet. So with that, thank you all, and then we'll keep you updated on any progress on anything else. Appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you.
All right, you have been listening to LA County Sheriff Robert Luna discussing the 3 deputies who died earlier this morning, around 7:30 this morning. They were all members of the arson explosives detail, and he called them, they were not only elite members of his department, he also called them heroes. And we did hear him get choked up because he wasn't going to identify their identities yet, because he's still waiting to talk to one more family of one of the deputies who was killed.
We talked about this earlier. Combined, 74 years of experience between these 3 deputies who were lost. You heard many of the questions about what happened. I think we can take one thing from it. When we were talking with Alex Stone, his sources had said that there were ordinances of some sort. Now, while the sheriff didn't specifically state anything about what was going on, we can pull something from that it took some time for the LAPD bomb squad to render the area safe. There were other ordinances that needed to be rendered safe. So if we were to jump from one of the questions, which was about military-grade explosives, if you could hear that in the background, we don't know that that's what it was, but it does sound as if there was something else there that exploded. It might have been a piece of their equipment as well, but it does look like, because they had to render some things safe, something else was there that exploded.
Yeah, and they said because the scene was just rendered safe, now the post-explosion investigation will begin. We do know there will be a procession. It will occur. The sheriff said it in the next few hours, to take the fallen deputies to the LA County Medical Examiner's office. Of course, we don't have a timeline on when any of that will be happening. Yeah. We also don't know when the sheriff will be holding another press conference, but he did say he will hold them when he needs to get information out.
And one other quick note that he pointed out, contrary to reports, there were no other injuries. It was these 3 fatalities, which is certainly enough. The largest loss of life in a single incident for the Sheriff's Department since 1857. Yeah. We will, of course, continue to follow this throughout the day. You can have the latest here and online in our streaming platforms, but that's going to conclude this coverage.
Next on ABC 7, it is GMA 3. We will see you back here for Eyewitness News at 3 p.m. for all the latest developments.